Hello everyone! In this video today, we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Sacramento Bee that was published on August 30th, written by Teresa Welch, who might be from McClatchy.com. And they're just reprinting this. Lawmakers pressure Trump to let Central Americans stay in the U.S. Now, the thing is we have people in this country that are here under what's called TPS, Temporary Protected Status. We're just taking them in for the time being under TPS, and the intent is for them to return to their country at a certain point, which is what we're looking at here. Now, the left especially does not like this, because they want these people to have kids here, have anchor babies, get stuck here, end up finding a way to just hand them citizenship, knowing full well that they're going to vote Democrat, that their kids are going to vote Democrat. That's the whole plan with this, especially when you have people that have been here, okay, for almost 2 decades, when that's real fucking temporary. I mean, a year. 2 years. Okay, temporary. 20 years? Not so much. Lawmakers from across the country are trying to build support in Congress to pressure President Donald Trump to allow nearly 300,000 immigrants from Honduras and El Salvador to stay in the country, adding to a growing pile of requests facing a White House that is trying to reduce, not expand, legal immigration. Exactly. These are not immigrants. Okay, you immigrate to a country, okay, to live there permanently, to become a member of that country's society. These are temporary protected status people. Aliens. Okay? They are here temporarily. They are not immigrants. They are temporary residents. Both Republicans and Democrats in the House are collecting signatures on a letter to Acting Department of Homeland Security Elaine Duke that calls on the administration to extend protections for people who these lawmakers say are now part of the community. Oh God. They're temporary protected status people. The fact that they became part of the community is the fault of you fucking politicians who fucking allowed a lot of these people to stay upwards of 15 plus years, going on getting close to 20 years now. That's your fucking fault. Okay? Not only that, a lot of these people are collecting fucking benefits like welfare, food stamps. Their kids are getting free educations and school lunches. That shit should be going to Americans. America first. That's what Trump got elected on. Okay, I feel bad for them. But when you've been here 15 fucking years, 18 years, okay? Time to go. Your welcome's more than wore out. You're temporary protected status people. Your welcome's beyond wore out at this point. It's fucking ridiculous. Failing to renew TPS would needlessly tear apart families and communities across the country. Fucking wah! They knew that their time was going to be temporary here. They shouldn't have fucking done this shit. They should not have fucking had kids and all that and said, well, you know, what the fuck? Well, you know what? Their fucking kids can go back with them. They have American citizenship. So when they're old enough, they can come, 18 years old. They can come to the fucking country if they want. They're more than welcome to come back. If they're born here, they're American citizens, they're more than welcome to come back. Then they can apply to have their parents come in legally on a more permanent basis. Oh my God, working within the system. What an interesting concept. Oh God. In communities across the country, the legislators write in the letter obtained by McClatchy. TPS holders from Honduras and El Salvador have become valued and important members of our communities. They have started families, opened businesses, and contributed to this country in countless ways. They are part of the fabric of America. Really? I'd like to know how many. How many open businesses? How many are on actual welfare? How many are fucking leeching off the system? Because I bet you there's a lot more people leeching off the system and taking more out of it than there are, than they are putting in, than people who are actually contributing to the system. I would put money on that. I would bet these fucking lying sacks of shit that they're full of it. I would call them on it. I mean, I hate to say this, but these people came here and got handouts right off the bat. They're getting free shit. Why the hell are they going to want to fucking get off of free shit? That's the whole point of the Democrat fucking get them hooked on the teat fucking thing. The request to extend temporary protected status for immigrants from... I love this. The request to extend temporary protected status for immigrants from Honduras and El Salvador is just one of many Trump's team will be studying. Many what? Many things. Holy shit. A decision on TPS renewal for people from Sudan and South Sudan is due to this week. And Senator Marco Rubio, oh God, fucking foam party Rubio, has called on the administration to extend TPS to Venezuelans fleeing that country's descent into authoritarian chaos. Renewal of nearly 60,000 Haitians also looms. Whoa. Foam party Rubio. Dude, shut the fuck up. Okay? It's bad what happened there. I feel bad for those people. But you know what? We've got Americans that are fucked right now. But you don't seem to give a shit about Americans. And I'm betting you're wondering why people didn't want to vote for you? Dude. Okay, charity begins at home. This is the land of plentiful, and we've got people going without. We got people, starving. We got people that are homeless. Okay, we got families that are homeless. We got children that are homeless. We got children that are lucky to get one meal a day, and you're worried about Venezuelans right now. Dude. It's very tragic. And you know what? How about the fact of we try to get the corrupt fucking government out there, get rid of their fucking socialism, all right, and help them and put in, a democratically elected government, because that's a problem right there. I mean, we don't hear you saying, hey, let's actually fucking work with fixing their problems there so the people don't have to come here. No. That would be too fucking easy. It'd be a hell of a lot cheaper, too. God, this is fucking ridiculous. TPS is a federal immigration program that grants people temporary legal status in the U.S. due to conditions such as natural disaster or civil war that makes returning to their home country perilous. It has traditionally had bipartisan support in the White House and Congress. The program is set to expire for Honduras on January 5th and for El Salvador on March 9th. DHS announces 60 days ahead of those dates whether the designation will be extended and for how long. Well, obviously, it's been extended quite a bit for people from Honduras and El Salvador to be here on TPS at this point. And we're going to see how long in a minute here. The letter drafted by Representative James McGovern, Democrat Mass. Doesn't surprise me. Fucking masshole. Fuck shit. Randy Hultgren, Republican Illinois. Doesn't surprise me. He's a Republican in name only, being from Illinois. Representative Norma Torres, Democrat California. Doesn't surprise me. And Representative Ruben Gallego, Democrat Arizona. Okay. Doesn't surprise me. It currently has nearly 100 signatories, and organizers expect to top that number before the sign-on period closes September 7th. The letter will then be sent to Homeland Security. Now, this one with the Haitian children, their country's still fucked up. A lot of it has to do with the fact of corruption in the Obama White House, the corruption with the Clinton Foundation, and them basically taking the money that's supposed to go to solve the issues after the earthquake in Haiti. I mean, the money, they kept it, and it was supposed to go to fix the stuff there. So these people are still dealing with a current issue. So I can understand them possibly getting an extension. And I love how they try to conflate Haiti with El Salvador and Honduras. Okay, part of Haiti's problem is a result of our corrupt government. So we kind of owe them a little bit. At least I kind of feel that way. So I could be okay with them getting an extension. A coalition of immigrant support organizations launched a national campaign in Miami Monday to call for the temporary immigration protection of Haitians and Central American community known as TPS to be maintained. Jose Iglesias, Miami Herald. Okay. Honduras first received TPS in 1999 after Hurricane Mitch destroyed 1.9 million homes. El Salvador gained the protection in 2001 after 2 earthquakes shook the country, causing mudslides that displaced entire communities. TPS recipients must have been present in the country before the date of the last designation and required to continually reside in the U.S. The program does not provide a path to permanent residence or citizenship. Exactly. It's temporary protected. The intent is for them to return home. Which, when you're looking at almost 20 fucking years, 18 years, the people in Honduras, the people from Honduras, should be back in Honduras. When you have 16 fucking years for El Salvador, same story. Yet, we're supposed to take care of these people. What the fuck? They've had plenty of time to fix their shit. But why fix your shit and why have to worry about your people coming back when, oh, good old America will take care of them and support them and give them free shit? Because, oh, they're just going to send money back to our economy anyways. So you've got a lot of these people, I'm sure, like the illegal Mexican population, milking the system. I'm not saying all, but a lot are. Okay? And they're sending money back to those countries. So that's why El Salvador and Honduras would want us to extend it, and probably would never want to see it end. The presidents of Honduras and El Salvador have publicly called on the U.S. to renew TPS designations for their citizens. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much for the reasons I'm sure on the note of what I said. Last week, El Salvador sent an official petition to the Trump administration requesting a continuation of TPS. Well, fucking wow, dude. You've had 16 years. Don't want to fucking hear it. Don't care. I'm not racist. I'm just a harsh fucking asshole. Because I look at it this way. America comes first right now. We've got our own problems to deal with. And they should be taken care of first before we worry about anyone else. None of the countries are prepared to receive these individuals who are deeply woven into their communities and who are making valuable contributions to our nation and their homeland, said Rep. Frederica Wilson, Democrat, Florida, one of the letter signatories. Okay, you're full of shit, because I bet you more of those people are collecting fucking shit from the government than are contributing to our fucking nation. I bet you more of them are leeching off of it than contributing. The letter warns of the disruption sending people back to Central America would cause. What disruption? None here. At least not to the greater whole of society. It might actually improve things because that money can be then put towards helping Americans. The potential return of hundreds of thousands of former TPS holders to Honduras and El Salvador would likely bring destabilizing consequences throughout the region, it says. Ah, God, where do I start with that? Would likely. You don't know. It's not definitive. You're trying to scaremonger. The potential return. So you're hoping that it won't happen. No, it's supposed to happen. They're going to fucking go eventually. And why not today as opposed to tomorrow? I mean, come on now. And their being here hasn't destabilized our country when they're taking away services that should be and need to be going to Americans. Other supporters of the program say returning people to Central America would be counter to U.S. interests. How so? Doesn't affect us. But yet they're going to fucking try to portray it as such. Sending migrants back to countries where employment opportunities are scarce only strengthens the likelihood people will turn back around and try to illegally re-enter the U.S. No, not when just the fucking threat of getting picked up and sent back has stopped the flow of illegals across the border of upwards of 70% or more. That's just quite the opposite. They're going to think fucking twice. But yet, you want to portray it as otherwise. And if we build the wall, they can't cross the border now, can they? At least on foot. Or through with a vehicle or whatever, because they got to get through a fucking wall. Ain't that easy to get through a wall. It also cuts off remittance, which last year in El Salvador reached the highest level in history and amounted to $4.58 billion, 71% of the... Wow. Good! It also cuts off remittances, which last year in El Salvador reached the highest level in history and amounted to $4.58 billion, 17.1% of the country's GDP. So, all the money these fuckers are making illegally here, that could be going into Americans' pockets, is 17.1% of their GDP. Well, fucking wah. I don't give a shit. Because they're collecting free shit so that they can fucking take their money and they're not throwing it in the economy here. No, it's going into El Salvador's economy. And they're trying to make it sound like that's a good thing. No, not for the United States. And that's my only fucking concern right now. Fuck El Salvador. This is fucking sleazy shit. They're trying to make that sound like a good thing. Suspending TPS would also cause migrants, no. It would cause aliens, legal aliens, because migrants are here they're migrating to be here permanently. They're aliens. Suspending TPS could cause legal aliens who are here under the program to go underground or remain in the country illegally, even after the designation is revoked. Yeah, but if you look... When Sheriff Arpaio is enforcing immigration law, crime dropped to almost nothing, and the immigrants got the fuck out of... Now, you got me saying immigrants. The illegal aliens got the fuck out of Dodge. But you don't want to mention that fact. But while conditions on the ground in El Salvador and Honduras remain unfavorable for return due to high murder rates, gang activity, economic instability, and food insecurity, opponents of the program argue that natural disasters that took place nearly 20 years ago are not reason enough to keep 261,000 people in the U.S. They're not. It's not. Okay? Not only at that note, okay, those natural disasters didn't cause the murder rates, the gang activity, the economic instability, or the food insecurity. That's the government's fault. Why should we have to feed, clothe, and take care of these people because the government's corrupt down there? Okay? That's not our problem. It's not our fault. We can't take care of everyone. They should be going back, and if they have an issue with what's going on in their country, then they should take the steps to try to remedy it. Like, oh, the fucking people that founded this country, okay, and have been a part of it for over 200 years have managed to do. To where we haven't fucking reverted, into some primal fucking shithole with gangbangers fucking killing people left, right, and center. Oh, wait, that's just Democrat cities like Detroit, Chicago, Washington, D.C., L.A., New York, Boston. Huh, do you see a pattern? So it's basically anyone that isn't a Democrat that's keeping this country together and has managed to do that. So this is why the Democrats want that. They want this shit. They want the instability. They want this crap. They want these people to be voting Democrat. They want to bring them in. See, MS-13, one of the absolute worst fucking gangs out there. Probably anywhere in the world for the most part these days, on the note of their brutality and the shit that they do. One of the worst ones out there. They're from El Salvador. Originally. Now, I feel bad for people going back to deal with that. But you know what? A lot of those people that are here on this are MS-13. But let's leave that fact out. Not a lot, but a good number. Well, a lot is relative, but there's a decent amount of these people that are gangbangers themselves, that are part of MS-13. Send them back to fucking Honduras. Their gangbanger buddies will fucking take them right in. Why the fuck should we have them here? Okay? Shouldn't. And I know that sucks for these other people, but oh well. They need to understand that they were never intended to be here permanently, and that's life. Go back there and apply for a visa to return. Follow the system. Like everyone else has to. Well, DHS said no decision for El Salvador and Honduras has been made yet. The Trump administration has shown resistance to continuing the protections. Yeah, because it's a drain on our economy. And what the people that are actually productive, that are on the TPS status, don't come close enough to make up for the fact of the ones draining on the system. They're not contributing enough to make up for the ones draining on the system. Sorry to say it, but that's a fact of life. So let's get them off our system and take care of our own people. Let's take care of Americans. Whether they're Asian, white, black, Middle Eastern, whatever. If they're American, and they're just, regardless of their descent, whatever it is, let's take care of them. Former Secretary of Homeland Security John Kelly, who is now Trump's chief of staff, extended Haiti's TPS by only 6 months in May instead of the typical 18 months. The shortened period could signal the administration may now be readying itself to cut back the program. Yeah, at least do it for like El Salvador and Honduras. I mean, because of the Clintons and Obama, we kind of helped fuck things over with Haiti even worse. So we're a little responsible, at least on the note of, we allowed our crooked fucking politicians like those two to screw them over. We allowed that to happen. We should fucking show them a little sympathy. But at this point, when you're pushing 20 years with the El Salvador Honduras thing, your time has got to go. Your time is up. You've more than stayed your welcome. More clues will come this week. The designations for people from Sudan and South Sudan, which expire November 2nd, must be renewed 60 days ahead of that date. DHS has declined to confirm whether it intends to renew the program for people from those countries. Well, the thing is, as you can tell, I'm for not extending it. We have a situation in this country, as I've already reiterated here a couple times, where we have Americans that are in need of help. And they should come first. Our own people should come first before we worry about others. And to use the excuse of gangs and everything else when people came here because of a natural disaster, it doesn't fly. If they came here because of the gang violence, okay, that they might have an argument. But they came here because of a natural disaster. Now, if they want to reapply to come here, if they want to actually apply, I shouldn't say reapply, but apply to come here after going back, they're more than welcome to. They're more than welcome to go through what everyone else has to go through. It's that cut and dry. It's that simple. And where These are people that should know English, at least in theory. That puts them up on the list with the changes in immigration. So they have that going for them. But we need to look at ourselves and start caring for ourselves. Anyways, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up or the upvote. If you want to see more of my content, definitely subscribe. If you're on YouTube, ring that bell. Thank you all for watching.